much. I associate myself with all the comments that have been made, and there can be no question that it is very troubling, whether for children, for adults, for men, for women, to wake up or even on their bed to be abducted and taken to all sorts of places. They go through dehumanization, they end up paying ransom, and even at that, some end up being wasted. I am not sure, having listened this morning, with profound respect to all my distinguished colleagues who have spoken, I didn't hear anything new. We have competed for change of words to condemn, to denounce, to lament, to regret, to worry aloud about all of these things. And on each occasion, there are consequential prayers that this Senate has had to make. What I want to say this afternoon with profound respect is that it doesn't appear to me that we have carried out audit. By this I mean to refer to each of those resolutions that we have passed in the past, to ask ourselves, as a consequence, what specific actions has been taken based on those resolutions? If past resolutions did not change anything, why should we believe that today's own will be different? And if today's own will not be different, why should we waste our precious time on it? I want to draw your attention, Mr. President, to one particular one, because everybody in Nigeria must be accountable, whether you are under arms or you are armless. We all admitted we were shocked about war kidnapping that took place in Kebbi. And it was reported, and the governor of Kebbi State cried aloud that military personnel that were in that particular school were ordered to be withdrawn. And about 40 minutes later, the kidnappers came and cut away about 200, I can't remember exactly the number of children. This Senate, under your leadership, we passed a resolution that the military high command should disclose the name of that officer, the action that had been taken against him, to satisfy us that that action was not willful, or that people who are trusted to protect us, that some of them have not become part of our problem. Mr. President, I have always tried to be present in every day that this Senate sits. As I speak, I am not aware that we have gotten a response to that simple inquiry. If the armed forces is not accountable, if we do not carry out due audit and oversight on resources that we have all been blackmailed to appropriate to protect Nigeria, and we come here lamenting that the things is now taking over the country, I think we need to do more than that. We need to carry out security audit. Money appropriated. Who got what? How was it used? And I insist that this Senate is entitled to have a reply to the question we unanimously ask. Who withdraw those people for the children to be carted away?
You have 1 second
now,
remaining.
if that was done, maybe these other ones now may not have happened. I associate myself with whatever we feel we can do, but I believe that any time we pass a motion, we're entitled to know the feedback arising from the response of the appropriate agencies.
Thank you very much. Your time is off. Last but not the least, Senator Sani Musa, please give your own perspective to the motion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I am seconding this motion against the backdrop of the fact that the primacy of governance and the social contract with which the people have with the government is to protect the lives and properties of its citizens. That is the primacy of governance, and that is the social contract we had with the people to vote us into power. So this motion is apt and germane, having regard to this provision of the Constitution that entails us to legislate for the peace, order, and good governance of this country. Mr. President, distinguished senators, as legislators and leaders in this country, we should do everything possible to ensure the safety of the citizenry, especially young children that are going to school in search of knowledge. As a result of that, we should invoke the relevant provision of the Safe School Initiative with a view to making robust guidelines as well as robust monetary provisions for this Safe School Initiative to be very, very operational, so that in all schools across the nooks and crannies of the country, the Safe School Initiative will be working in order to provide safety to our schools. Thank you.
Senator Wako.
As to ably second this motion, ably moved by my brother Barab Patai. But President, my concern here is story of abduction or kidnapping are not new to this chamber. They have come repeatedly, and discussions were held, including a seminar on this very menace of abduction and kidnapping in our country. Mr. President, my answer is that we need to fine-tune our plans and actions with regard to this issue of kidnapping and abduction of innocent Nigerians across the entire country. It is just an Okwara or whatever, it has already been a problem, a national problem across the entire nation now. There could be kidnapping anywhere in Nigeria. But what are we doing wrong now that what we need to do right? What question do we need to ask ourselves so that this issue can be brought to final end and real end? Because we can do it as a nation.